Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, hold on, let me lean back. My name is Maya, and I love talking about philosophy, religion, sometimes conspiracy theories, sometimes just weird topics that catch my mind, okay? Today we're going to be talking about a dream I've had before, okay? And I'm going to talk to you about how, I interpreted this dream. I was dealing with grief, slash, probably still am, but don't know it. My grandpa died within the last year, and at first when he passed, I was very accepting of it. I felt very accepting of it, so I never really cried. I didn't, it's not like I was super oh, my grandpa's dead, oh, what happened to him, not what happened to him as in what happened to his physical body, but what's going to happen to his soul, or how he's feeling, or just death is heavy, and I never had any of those heavier thoughts that came with it. But when his memorial came, it's I cried for the first time, and I just hope God, or whatever you may or may not believe in, I was I hope that whatever it is, it understood all of his anger. Because my grandpa was an amazing grandpa. He loved me very, very dearly. He took great care of me. I was an only child, and my mom was a single mother, and he stepped up a lot. But earlier in his life, he had a lot of issues, and he struggled with them, and he negatively affected the people around him, because that's what happens in life. You just become bitter and angry, and you just make fucked up hard decisions that might not seem logical anymore. You know what I mean? But the primary thing is just I just hope that whatever is there understood his pain, because he did do a lot of good, but he did a lot of bad too, And when I said that, Logan was of course God or spirit understood his anger, because it created it. And part of me believes that, part of me doesn't. Spirit, the eternal spirit, yes, created everything, I believe, but that's not the thing I'm thinking of when I mean I hope this entity understands, or my grandfather. I do not think that thing that understands him is God. I think a part of the thing that understands our souls, our anger, our pain, is a fragment of God, but it's not him entirely. Right after that, I had a dream. And this is what I'm going to be talking about in this video, this dream that I've had. In this dream, I'm visiting a relative, right? I don't recognize her, but she kind of looks like me. She's older, she's short, she has she has a muumuu on, I visit her, and I don't see the outside of this house or this room. It almost doesn't exist. It's metaphorical. I try to get a lot of clarity from my dreams. During quarantine, I loved dream journaling, and I just loved interpreting my dreams. But in this dream, I go in, I don't see anything outside of it, right? And it's just cluttered, full of shit, just overflowing with stuff. And she is frustrated, flipping shit over, trying to find certain things, and she's not asking for help. She doesn't even realize I'm there. She's just shoving trash around. It was like a depression room. And I can tell she was struggling emotionally all the time. Just one of these old people that are angry and regretful and frustrated that they've been done wrong by the world. I peek into this room, and this woman is, but it also, I get this feeling she, even if she did have a problem and someone was there to fix it, she wouldn't ask, because she wouldn't feel important enough. Your problem doesn't seem important enough for anyone to care. It's a pure anger, built up frustration from not seeking or asking for help, because it felt like nothing will come of it. Nothing could possibly fix your problem but you. Either because you felt abandoned spiritually or emotionally. Regardless, you just feel like you can't do it yourself, but you also don't feel like you're worth asking for help and receiving help. So you're just kind of stuck in your own mass accumulation of shit. Even if you believe in God or you don't believe in God, regardless, it's like she had this emotion of like where she lacks importance compared to the world around her. Like like say if I pray, when I was like non-theistic, when I was atheist, it was like, why, if I prayed, why would anything listen to me? Not that I didn't believe in that thing I was praying to, but why would I trust it to give anything to me? Why am I worth why am I worth a blessing? Why am I worth being listened to by the divine when compared to the rest of the world, I ain't shit? All this anger that this woman got, I just feel like, because my papa had the same problem. Like, he bought a lot of stuff he bought a lot of stuff, and I feel like sometimes when the physical world is stressing you out, making you angry, you just want to feel like you can have something that is your own. It's an accumulation of momentary items that had to be bought or used just to cover up the anger and frustration that was there, like, in your life. Like, sometimes you're just soothed by momentary satisfaction. And usually, on a lot of people, it looks like shopping and gambling addictions. My grandpa had a gambling addiction. He was addicted to shopping because just like the dopamine of just receiving something by your own hand, like almost like you earned it, but like you don't really want it, but it's just something that you needed to like make yourself feel better. And then over time, all this shit just starts accumulating. And that's what I walked in on in this dream. A cluttered space to match the cluttered mind that this woman had. If I did help this woman, she probably wouldn't have felt joy anyway. She just would have just felt relieved until another obstacle fell in her way, or until she bought something else to get in her way and refilled the room, because the frustration and the pain and the anger wouldn't have been gone. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the background. Instead of walking dogs around here, people like to just put them in the backyard, and they think that suffices. So now you just hear dogs barking all the time, begging for attention, running back and forth along fences, playing with dogs that they can't even see because their owners are too lazy to go take them on actual walks. So if you hear them, I apologize. But other people's laziness does affect other people, clearly. Anyways, Logan just came outside. He's very cute. And I just want to say that in this dream, it's not like I was God looking at my victim or a child, but I was like a separate entity finding the result and wanting to release the massive pain that was like accumulated in this metaphorical room, right? Like, but when I had this dream, it wasn't like I was looking at like, I wasn't this separate entity like God looking down at my creation or my victim or a child, but it was separate. It was like I was finding the result, recognizing it, the result, you know? Like, God, yeah, Brahman, say, Aludumar, or these great beings that triggered the universe, that started the universe. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about separate entities that derive from him, that understand in some way, that want to release the massive pain that had accumulated in this metaphorical room. I went into the room in this dream and I started shoving trash. I had to fucking shove the door open because there's trash behind the door. And I hugged her. But the thing about, a key detail about this part is that, like, when you cry, you have this burning sensation in your eyes. And I didn't have that. They just flowed out, and it felt like I understood. Like, I understand your anger. I understand your turmoil. I've seen all this shit before. Like, not seen it, but I understand it. I understand that you have this anger because I have this anger. I've had it at some point. I understand your anger. I understand your pain. And I have this anger and I have this pain. That's how I felt like. I felt like a separate entity, not like this great higher being. I was recently watching a video on a channel called Jadessecret, and something she said was like, when you have hope come through while you feel grief, it's like alchemy, because they contradict each other sometimes. Sometimes when you feel grief, it claws away at your hope, because these are two different opposite emotions. It's hard to feel one and then feel the other. But when I felt this grief, I was just like, God, I just hope something understood him. Like, I just hope something understood him. And then after the dream, I was like, okay. But emotionally, it would help if it was there. In this time of grief, I had hope because there is something separate that understands, right? Compassion beyond just the human experience, you know? I know, weird video. Weird, short and sweet, I guess. But that was just a dream that I had like a while back, and to be honest, the dream was just about me entering a room of an older woman that was just regretful and in pain, and then me feeling compassion for that. But the way I interpret it was probably a lot more than that. But I don't know, I feel like this is more personal to myself, and so I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. If you like videos and content like this, please come back to the podcast, like, comment, subscribe. I enjoy any feedback I get, so thank you, and